Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to today's cryptocurrencies update for Friday, December the 27th, 2024. We're going to keep it really simple today. We are simply going to provide a review of the most common cryptos that we track: Binance Coin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and a few others, I believe. Excuse me. So we start off, Link, of course, with Binance Coin. This is our option 1, that we are now in the starting gates of the C wave for wave 3. And after 3 comes 4, and after 4 comes 5. Or we are already in the wave 4, and we're going to wave 5. If we go below last week's low, the wave 4 is confirmed. If we stay above last week's low, we go above this week's high, then we should be actually this week's low, I believe. This is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Monday's low. So actually this week's low. Yeah, Sunday, Monday's low. If we stay above it, we can complete C of 3, but we have to break, of course, above Tuesday's high to confirm that. If not, we're going to move slightly lower, I believe, into the low 600s before we can move higher again for this expanding ending diagonal. Either way, we're still missing a larger fifth wave, if our assessment of this messy overlapping price action is correct. But we believe it is. The rally into the December high here at about 810 does not seem to satisfy 5 waves up from the August low. Bitcoin. Option 1 has us in a C wave lower to about, I would say, 85, 84,000, 87,000. The orange target zone. We've lost the 50-day simple moving average as support. It held yesterday, it held on Tuesday, it held on Monday, it held, of course, on Friday there, and it just now did not hold support. So we can expect, I would say, the mid to high 80,000s for this C wave, and then a wave 5 for a larger third wave top in the 120 to 140,000 region. The weekly chart, where we count down weeks as corrective, second and fourth waves. Since the August low, we can count a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and now in this gray 4, another green 4, another a green 3, green 4, and 5 to complete a larger, then a decline, and then a rally. So this pattern here matches reasonably well with the 2021 pattern. Okay, that we are now in this red wave 4 as an analog. Rally, drop, rally, rally, drop, rally, big drop into the 50 to 62% retrace. That would bring us back to 67 to 56,000, assuming we're going to top around 115,000. All right. So we can get serious decline this summer. And then a last rally from a summer low into next year's December high, late November, early December. That's the pattern we're looking for. That's often where cryptos top around that time of the year after a 4-year cycle. So remember, we are now starting the mature bull cycle. That is similar to here, the 21. Okay, so something like this we should expect. And then a big rally into late 2021, late 2025. Same as here. We had a top in late 17. Every 4 years, that tends to repeat itself. Again, we had a top here into late 2013. Okay, 4-year cycle, 4-year cycle, 4-year cycle. And of course, the declines are going to get bigger and bigger because we're going to get into bigger and bigger wave counts. So that should complete in about a year, cycle 3. And then we're going to get cycle 4 and then another cycle 5. We expect wave 5 of cycle 3 to top anywhere between 114 to 378,000. Okay. that is a 200 to 400% extension. We don't know yet which one it is. What we do know is that we're still missing at least a 4-5 sequence. Okay, that is what we are currently missing. We don't see it on the chart yet, so we anticipate it. And it matches, of course, with the cycles we've had. The 2011 price high was also in late 2010. Okay, and then we had the cycle 2 low every 4 years. So we have 1 4-year cycle, 2 4-year cycles, 3 4-year cycles, and now in the 4th one. And as long as we stick to it, we must, of course, acknowledge that those 4 cycles perpetuate into the future. That is the only logical, objective reasoning we can stick with, contingent on holding above certain price levels. Because if we do go below certain price levels, then something else is going on. But for now, this looks good. 1 2 1 2 3 4 3 4, and then this wave 5 into this large target zone. We just don't know yet which extension Bitcoin is going to choose. But we do know is that based on the previous cycle in 21, we should see a drop. Okay, did we see something similar in 2017 into 2016 into 2017? Yes, we did. As you could see here, rally, drop, drop, rally. Okay, so we had a rally, a drop, a rally, a drop, etc. Okay, so this one, of course, also shows that later in the year, spring to summer, we get some volatility and then a big rally. Now, we don't know if we're going to see a rally similar to this or similar to this, with the note, of course, this is, of course, log scale. Okay, so here we rallied from about 1,000 to about 17,500. Here we rallied from about, I believe, 30,000 to about almost 70,000. Okay, so don't think this is only a few thousand. This is still a doubling. Here we had a much higher, quadrupling at least. But all of it speaks to a little bit strength earlier next year, weakness into the middle of this year, and then a rally. That's the preferred path forward. We'll monitor it accordingly. That matches our other monthly chart where we have a 1 2 1 2 3 4 and then a 3 4 5 setup. This is in blue what we were anticipating way back in 2023. Rally, drop, rally. Okay, so the ideal target zones are given, and of course those have been exceeded because the market decided to extend. But the general pattern is still there. So now we are completing this wave 4. This is on a monthly basis. We're going to see a wave 5, and after the wave 5, we'll of course see another wave 4-5 sequence. All right, this is just a different wave count. Here we have cycle 3 already in 2021. Here we have cycle 3 approaching at the end of 2025. Okay, it all depends on how exactly you label things from the get-go. That's okay. It just shows you it's a bit potato. So we're in this black wave 4. We're going to see the black wave 5. And after black wave 5, you're going to see the wave 4 and then a last one. But all sequences still point to at least one more sequence higher once this low is in, potentially a few more. Ethereum must hold above the recent low. I believe that was December 20 or something like that, somewhere around there. 1 2 1 2 setup is still possible for a last 5th wave for wave 1. We still have only 3 waves up from the August low. All right, please remember, only 3 waves up since the August low. So while we prefer the 1 2 3 4 5 setup, we need to see 5 waves up materialize. If not, we must consider the notion that we just topped for a larger B wave. We're going to go into another C wave before we see the 5 waves. Okay, then this entire mess since 2021 is a much protracted wave 4. Okay, we do need to see 5 waves up. So if we say, yes, it can go to 10,000, it is based on the fact that we must see 5 waves up. If we don't, then all we got was a corrective rally, and we're going to go back once again to about $700 to $1,000 for some weird double zigzag 4th wave. All right. The double zigzag meaning the B wave, A, B, C, A, B, C. And then another fourth wave. So we have to be vigilant with this one. Ethereum has still not proven that it really wants to. It would be great. That's been our preferred scenario, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looked very impulsy. Once we broke above 2800 with a 3-4 confirmed, a 3-4 confirmed, and then the wave 5, marginally higher high, but still question mark 3, question mark 4. Okay, please be aware of that fact. That does still remain a question mark if we will see this wave 5. It's not set in stone. If not, and we see key overlap, we have to move from this potential of a triangle to a more protracted bull flag. I'm sorry, I can't predict the future. All I can do is follow price and predict price highs based on standard Fibonacci-based or extended third, fourth, and fifth waves. That has served us pretty well since we broke above 2800. But now we are in a regiment that requires vigilance. Do not take anything for granted. Link should still complete a 3-4-5 as shown. If not, then all we got was also here corrective price action. We have the warning levels to watch. Another one similar to Ethereum that is on watch is Solana. Solana had a nice 3 waves lower here into late November, early December for this potential wave 4. And it continued to subdivide lower. Then it bottomed again somewhere around 200, 210 and failed miserably again. So this puts this whole 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4 wave count under pressure. Unfortunately, this still does not look like an impulse higher to me. I have a hard time counting this as 5 waves up the rally since the August low. If we ignore the smaller details, then technically we've done enough on a closing basis and an intra-month basis. Then we've completed wave 5 since the 2022 low. Then this one has already completed. Okay? Why? Because we've broken below support, which was 210. Overall, I don't like Solana at this stage very much. I must see reversals and breaks at least back above 230. So this also shows don't take anything for granted. Don't be sloppy. Use our warning levels to scale out if you're still long. Don't just think, oh, it's going to go to that higher level because it must, whatever the reason is. No, we anticipate, we monitor, and we adjust. We don't know things beforehand. We track it as long as it's an impulse pattern. We keep tracking the impulse pattern, but we keep raising our warning levels for the bulls as well. And those warning levels have long been broken. So anybody who is still long Solana, I pray for you that we are not already having put in a much larger top. Always make sure to scale out on the way up and raise those stop levels. Okay, stops are there just in case you're wrong. And as we always say, we are wrong till proven right. Yes, we get it right more often than wrong, but at some point, the market will once again slap us in the face and say, nope, no more 4 and 5, we're done. And then we have to reassess, anticipate, monitor, adjust. And that's really all I want to cover for this week. Okay, I don't want to go too much into the ETFs and all that stuff. Really stick to the basics. So we're going to see how Bitcoin is going to fare over the next few days if we're going to see this lower low. Or if we're going to see more a breakout akin to what we have for Ethereum 1-2-1-2 setup. To be determined, I can't say the difference just yet, because as you can see, a 1-2-1-2 setup can also be counted as a ABC setup for a complex wave B and now in the C wave. Okay, so just because we saw 5 waves up doesn't mean a thing. It can be the C wave of a irregular B wave. That's all I have for this week. Take care, trade safe, and I'll see you all next week.